Fort Regent, an upside down wok, a skate park the wrong way up, a sports centre, a concert venue, a conference hall, a place for young people to run around and play. Well, actually it's a little bit of all of them. It's sort of got a muddled identity. It hasn't quite worked out what it wants to be yet. But actually it seems to be serving a purpose as all of those things at the same time. A proposal a few years ago to make the fort more accessible to people on foot would have involved putting a lift up from Snow Hill that would have taken you to a large walkway, and you could have then walked around that walkway to get into the main area. As a fort, which is how it started life, it wasn't really designed to be easily accessible. So they have to go to quite some length to make it there. Unfortunately, the £50 or so million price tag was out of reach for a government trying to save money.
Out of Fort Regent for pushchair requires going outside, down the ramp, down the first lift, outside into the outdoor part of the car park, inside the car park, down another level of the car park until eventually you get to the lift.
A lot of people have quite dominant views about what should happen with Fort Regent. In fact, it's quite a controversial issue. The sporting community thinks that it should be solely for them, especially as it's one of the few places that houses the various martial arts dojos in the island. The arts and entertainment community argue for it being for them, as it's one of the few spaces that are big enough to house big events, concerts and things like that. It's been touted as a casino. It's been argued by some that it should be a conference centre and a hotel. There are plans to redevelop it that haven't really got off the ground because of a lack of money. It's not particularly accessible, especially if you don't drive. In fact, to get up to the fort on foot, especially if you've got
out of Fort Regent for pushchair requires going outside.
You have to go all the way up through the car park, walking up level by level, because the elevator only goes up as far as floor 10, and then you've got about another 4 levels to get up after that before you actually reach the main entrance to the fort. But that all aside, it's actually a very impressive structure. It's an incredible place to visit with a huge amount of history. It started life as a Napoleonic fort. It was given to the States in the 70s. It was redeveloped and turned into the sports centre, the centre it is today. And as its heyday, it had fun fair rides and children's entertainment. It even had, going up to get up there from Snow Hill, there were cable cars. Visible across the whole of St Helier, a sort of standing beacon looking across town and atop the island. Fort Regent is the premier entertainment and sports centre for Jersey. It plays host to the Arena Kids Club, a major gym. It's got the biggest live music and entertainment venue in the island, with a capacity of a couple of thousand. And it's the centre for a majority of big sporting events, including recently the Derby. But a new company called Fort Adventures have recently taken over the running of the children's play area. And with other groups, including the Waste Not Want Not group and others, they've created a sort of overarching body called Under the Dome. And through that, they're bringing together the big play zone, which is being expanded. They're adding climbing walls and more. They've got pony rides and sort of mini electric bikes, as well as the Waste Not Want Not craft sessions. There's a hairdresser's, a cafe. It's actually coming back and being able to capitalise on the various spaces at the fort. So it can be used for big events, it can be used for music, it can be a conference centre. It's a great place for children to play. It's still got the gym, the dojos, and it's flexible enough to become a sporting space. So